Hey, let's take a look at your MT2 LT9 affirmation. You had a problem similar to this. You're given A is parallel to B. So we know that line A is parallel to line B. So that means all those things about angles. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. And same side interior angles are supplementary. We want to prove angle 6 is congruent to angle 2. Well, look at that. 6 and 2 are corresponding. This is a two-step proof. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to write your statement. Well, you won't have to do this because it's done for you. Send A is parallel to B to your proof. Why? Because it's given. I think when you send it, it actually puts that in for you. Then, send angle 6 is congruent to angle 2. This is a two-step proof. Why? Because if the lines are parallel, then 2 and 6 are corresponding. The corresponding angles are congruent. That's all you had to do for that one. Okay, let's take a look at another one, a little bit more complex. On the next problem, we're told F to E is parallel to G to J. To make things a little bit easier to understand, I'm going to extend this out so we can see it, and I'm going to extend G to J out here too. We're also told that F to G is parallel to K to H. So we have those. Now, we want to prove angle 6 is congruent to angle 1. You cannot do this in two steps because there's no transversal connecting angle 6 to angle 1. See, angle 6 is way up here and angle 1 is down here. There's no transversal connecting them. So let's start with what we know. We know when we're doing a proof. Send your givens. So I'm going to say FE is parallel to GJ. And we're going to say FG is parallel to KH. Looking ahead, I want to get angle 6 is congruent to angle 1. So I'm going to look at angle 6 here. What is congruent to angle 6? Well, if we take a look here, angle 5 is congruent to angle 6 because they're alternate interior angles. And the lines are parallel. So I'm going to say angle 6 is congruent to angle 5. Why? Well, if the lines are parallel, then 6 and 5 are alternate interior. The alternate interior angles are congruent. I'm going to mark that in my diagram. So, yes, you can still work on a proof by drawing the picture out and marking it up. Now I want to get angle, oh, look at that. I want to get angle 1 involved also. Well, angle 1 is congruent to angle 5, isn't it? Because they're both below the lines. And on the same side of the transversal, they're corresponding. So I'm going to say angle 5 is congruent to angle 1 if the lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are congruent. Now notice, 6 is congruent to 5, and 5 is congruent to 1. They're all marked congruent. So how does 6 compare to 1? Well, angle 6 would be congruent to angle 1 then, wouldn't it? What's that reason? Well, notice 6 is the same as angle 5, And angle 5 is congruent to angle 1. So we can just, that's the everything is congruent property. That's called transitive from your seminar. Transitive property is the everything is congruent property. Okay, let's have you retry this affirmation. If you can't pass it this time, I think we need to Zoom about it.